Now, we've just received some breaking news from the world of F1 that's sure to have every fan's head spinning. Franz Tost, the polarizing team principal of Alpha Tauri, is being replaced by none other than Ferrari's own mastermind, Laurent Mekies. I mean, can you believe it? This move is sure to shake up the entire future of the team, and we got so much to dive into in this video. I don't even know where to start. But one thing is for sure though, after you watch this, you'll never look at Alpha Tauri or Ferrari the same way again. The 2022 season has been a real roller coaster ride for Alpha Tauri, and just when you thought they had secured a promising addition to their team with the talented Nick De Vries, who made waves with his dazzling debut in Monza, things took an unexpected turn. The team was left scratching their heads as they regressed sharply in form, leaving team principal Franz Tost baffled and frustrated. Tost even expressed his doubts, openly admitting that he lost faith in his engineers' assurances that the car had hidden performance that would be unlocked later in the season. The rumours about Alpha Tauri being sold have set the Formula 1 world abuzz with speculation. While both senior advisor Helmut Marko and team principal Franz Tost have denied the talks, Marko's recent statement has left everyone on tenterhooks. He hinted that if Alpha Tauri doesn't show improvement soon, it could be up for sale. The team has been given a year or two to turn things around, but the current direction they're taking seems to be missing the mark, despite the drivers' positive feedback on their progress from Bahrain to Australia. Now, the current state of Alpha Tauri is a bitter pill to swallow, with only a single point to their name after 3 races, putting them on par with Williams at the bottom of the standings. It's a far cry from their glory days of winning a race in 2020 and consistently competing in the midfield for 2 seasons. The departure of team principal Franz Tost has added another layer of shock to the already harsh reality the team is facing. But what's even more mind-boggling is the surprise replacement for Tost, Laurent Mekies. It's hard to wrap one's head around how Mekies, who was previously associated with Ferrari, has landed in this unexpected role. To fully understand this puzzling turn of events, we need to look at the situation at Ferrari that unfolded just a few weeks ago. It's eerily similar to McLaren and Andrea Seidel's departure after he had publicly expressed his commitment to the team's project. The rumblings about Mekies' potential departure from Ferrari started early on, even as the first race in Bahrain unfolded. The assistant team principal and race director seemed visibly displeased with the team's lackluster performance at the start of the season, and honestly, who could blame him? Ferrari's penchant for self-sabotage, with internal finger-pointing and mishaps during races, is practically legendary at this point, but that's a whole other can of worms for another video. Right now, the focus is on Vasseur's unwavering trust in Mekies. When asked about whether he expects Mekies to resign, Vasseur's response was nothing short of emphatic. He's absolutely sure that the veteran will stay put at the Maranello squad, and he hailed Mekies as a pivotal figure in everything that's happening at Ferrari right now. In fact, Vasseur and Mekies apparently have massive plans for the team in the near future. With such resolute statement, it became clear to us that a seismic shakeup wouldn't be unfolding at Ferrari anytime soon. The shakeup at Alpha Tauri took us all by surprise. Tost's derogatory comments towards his own engineers, though perhaps grounded in truth, left a bitter taste. It's not every day you see a team principal calling out their own hard-working staff who are burning the midnight oil with limited resources to push the car to its limits. But hey, that's the brutal reality of the cutthroat world of Formula 1. As Horner famously said, the higher you rise, the sharper the knives. And at 67 years old, Tost is one of the oldest team principals in the sport, and he seemed unstoppable. However, he's now taking on a consulting role in 2024. But before we delve into the implications of this monumental move for Alpha Tauri and Ferrari, let's hear from the 2 main players themselves. Let's start with Tost, who surprisingly had nothing but gratitude for the Italian squad. In his own words, "First of all, I would like to thank Dietrich Mateschitz, who gave me the incredible opportunity to be team principal of Scuderia Toro Rosso and Scuderia Alpha Tauri for the past 18 years. It's been a true privilege to lead the team for such a long period, and a great pleasure to work with so many motivated and skilled people who share my passion for Formula 1. In addition to the surprising changes in leadership at Alpha Tauri, there's also news of a new CEO coming on board, Peter Bayer. And here's the kicker, this could very well be a sign that the team is gearing up to be sold. Tost seems to be quite pleased with the appointment of Peter Bayer as the team's CEO, given his previous experience as the FIA F1 Executive Director. It's definitely a step in the right direction in terms of increasing the team's value, But now the pressure is on for Alpha Tauri to deliver top-notch results and make a mark in the highly competitive world of Formula 1. This is what Peter Bayer said. "I would like to thank Franz for his dedication to Scuderia Alpha Tauri and its predecessor, Scuderia Toro Rosso. His commitment to developing young talent has resulted in a Formula 1 grid where 25% of the drivers have benefited from his guidance. It's a great privilege for me too to take on the role of CEO at the team and working alongside Laurent. Scuderia Alpha Tauri has a fantastic team of people and great infrastructure in Faenza and in the UK. I'm very much looking forward to building on those key elements to increase performance on and off track and to bring the team even more success in the coming years." The question remains whether Alpha Tauri can survive the challenges of being sold, given their current poor performance and the need for a desperate rebuild, as they currently languish at the bottom of the rankings alongside Williams. While De Vries has yet to deliver the expected results, he may be given more time to improve, whereas Tsunoda has not lived up to expectations since his rookie season. Meanwhile, Ferrari is facing a potential crisis with Mecchi's departure. And while a new sporting director could potentially have a positive impact, the team is experiencing significant regression, with one driver struggling to finish races and another publicly conflicting with the team's development path. Ferrari cannot afford such a major upheaval at this time. But what does Mecchi's had to say about all of this? Well, when he talked about replacing Tost, this is what he had to say. "Firstly, I like to pay tribute to Franz for the great job he's done over almost 2 decades in charge at Faenza. I wish him well for the future, and I know that both Peter and I will rely on his input and advice in times to come. Looking forward, I'm honoured to take on the role of team principal and to return to the team where I spent a large portion of my early career. Scuderia Alpha Tauri has all of the ingredients necessary for greater success in the future, and in tandem with Peter, I'm looking forward to making that happen." Now, in addition to his role as team principal, Mecchi's will now lead Alpha Tauri's day-to-day operations, overseeing technical, manufacturing, support functions and race team operations. This new leadership structure, in conjunction with Bayer's strategic focus, could result in Alpha Tauri returning to the midfield or being sold in the near future. The possibility of Alpha Tauri being sold is a realistic option for the Faenza factory, with several wealthy individuals interested in acquiring an existing team to enter F1. With the team's performance currently lacking, Andretti may consider re-entering the bidding process, while Calvin Lowe could also be a major competitor. The future ownership of the Italian squad remains to be seen in the coming months. Red Bull's racing operations have made it clear that if Alpha Tauri fails to deliver results, they will consider all options, including selling the team. This raises concerns about the team's ability to attract talented drivers like Lando Norris and other rising stars from Formula 2, which has been a valuable asset for Red Bull in the past. Only time will tell whether Alpha Tauri's current trajectory will lead to a triumphant comeback story or a significant decline in Formula 1. However, it's important to note that Alpha Tauri is not the only team that requires close attention. Mercedes' recent struggles demonstrate the impact that key personnel departures can have on a team, even one as experienced and as successful as theirs. Keeping the recent developments in mind, what's your opinion about the changes that have taken place at Alpha Tauri and Ferrari? Do you anticipate that these teams are headed for a more significant decline than they have experienced recently? Share your thoughts with us in the comments down below.